God's armor is what all of God's children wear for protection, Dad replied. Is there a sword? Will asked. Absolutely, his dad said. What about a shield? It says here that there is a shield that can stop burning arrows, he told Will, whose eyes were now the size of saucers. Now go to sleep, my little warrior. Tomorrow is another day. The next morning Will was full of questions. Dad, where do you get God's armor? You ask God for it every day. But where does he keep it? Will asked. Does he have a fort like Josh and me? God doesn't need a fort, Dad replied. The whole world is God's fort. So what do we need the armor for? Will continued. We need the armor to fight off the bad guys, Dad replied. Bad guys? Will answered excitedly. I just knew there would be bad guys. How cool is that? This enemy is not so cool, Will, his dad warned. The enemy doesn't like us because we belong to God. Don't worry, Dad. I'll get him. I'll get him good, Will assured. I'm not Will, the mighty warrior, for nothing. His father tried to remain serious. In the end, God will get him, Will, but we'll need the armor to protect us. Depend on the Lord. Trust him, and he will take care of you. Later, Will and Josh gathered in the fort. Okay, here's today's mission, Will began. We must find our real swords and shields that God gives to his mighty warriors. Where do you think they'll be? Josh asked. Well, God knows where our fort is, so I think they'll be buried somewhere near here, Will replied. Excellent strategy, Josh said. All morning, Will and Josh crawled through the bushes. They found an old sneaker, 2 bones, and a feather. Ooh, look! A broken end from the enemy's burning arrow, Will said, eyeing the feather. Almost certainly, Josh agreed. The search continued after lunch and through the afternoon until Will's mom called him inside. But, Mom, do you realize the importance of this mission? The mission will have to continue tomorrow, honey, Mom replied. Besides, you can't very well find armor in the dark, can you? Will muttered something about night vision, said goodbye to Josh, and reluctantly went inside. I couldn't find my armor, Dad, Will announced at bedtime. Where did you look? His dad asked. Josh and I dug around the fort, but it wasn't there, answered Will. I guess God forgot to give us any armor. God would never forget you, and he offers his armor to everyone, little warrior, Dad replied. But it isn't armor that you're able to see with human eyes. Will was confused. So it's invisible? He asked, startling a big yawn. We'll talk more tomorrow. Now go to sleep.